guys, it's April and we are live again with Luna because she's the one who ended up winning all of the polls once you combine them all together. So I did a poll up on Twitter and those are the results. And I did a poll up on YouTube and that is the results. So we can definitely see that Twitter wants the book dragon, but YouTube wants Luna. But overall, Luna got more of the votes. So we are going to be coloring Luna today. We might get almost finished with her, which I'm kind of excited about. And then we'll most likely be right back with the book dragon next time. And then my guess, finally finishing that and then finishing the crystals. But let's see if I can tweet this out. Da, da, da. Maybe. There we go. Hi guys, welcome. I'm just tweeting this out. Okay. And so I don't think we necessarily need this up anymore. Put those away, but I'm going to get my reference up so I can just really quickly look at it back and forth. If I zoom in too much, I'll probably turn it off, but for now, that's where I kind of want to leave it. So yeah, we've had some progress done on her. I think the most time-consuming part about this right now is just deciding which ribbon is going to be which of the 3 colors that I'm using. Okay, and so I'm going to go and I'm going to start out doing some more of these orangey colored ribbons because I want to add a little bit more on this side so that it's not so heavily on the reds. And so for that I have the Y14 caramel, it's the YR14 caramel. And then I have the YR27, which is the Tuscan orange. I have the W3, which is the warm gray 3. And then the W7, which is the warm gray 7. I have all my lovelies in the chat. That's so exciting. And hi to everybody who is coming in. So I wised up, guys. I have a cap jar so that I don't lose all of the caps all over my desk. As you can tell, it's kind of a mess. Let's be honest. Get some sound effects going, especially since it's right next to the microphone. Oh no! Wrong side. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Start it. Why is that? There we go. Oh, now I'm going to get black everywhere. Oh no, wait. Is this the 7 or the 9? Oh, this is the 9. I put the cap back on the wrong one. Fudge on a stick. Okay, so this means that this one is the 7. Good grief. Okay, I need more hands. That's what I need. Okay. 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 I wanted the warm gray 7. Apparently this is the warm gray 9. I just put the warm gray 7 cap on it, which is pretty much the story of my life. Hi everybody! Yeah! My markers are really squeaky too, so you'll probably get some of, that as well. You get the little as I'm coloring. It's a thing. It's fine. I haven't even started coloring and I already have marker all over my hand. just, because I don't want it to be too dark down here. So I'm going to start with the YR14. And then start figuring out where I want the shadows to be with the YR27. And then I'll build that up with the cool grays. And I usually do the 7 before I do the 3 so that I can use the 3 to blend it out. I'm going to use something in there. Well, I'm glad you could make it live. It's always an adventure here. Always. Just kind of blend everything out. And there you go. There's this little triangle in here that hasn't been colored yet. So at this point, it's finding all of these tiny little pieces. I'm trying to get them colored. In here I want to, how do I want to do this? I know I want to do this one, the orange. These are Copic markers. So they're the alcohol based. Oh, you'll get there. And once you start coloring, it kind of explodes. And you'll suddenly find yourself with more than you ever thought you would ever have to color. At least that is what I have found. But I do find coloring extremely soothing. And I am starting to do it a little bit more impromptu. Do you need a shift, puppy dog? Am I in your way? Can I help you? Oh, thank you for kisses. But I kind of need to color, bub. So I have Albus on my lap right now. Which he's making life interesting. Normally he sits behind me, but today he's like full on in my lap. Oh. Oh, okay, let me know when you're done. I've only got several open markers in my hand. There you go. I've learned the dangers of the way in which I color. So this picture is never going to be colored upstairs on the couch. We had an episode where one of the markers actually exploded ink all over my hand and all over the picture. Not that you can tell right now. And I know I've kind of told this story before, but it was just so traumatizing, let me tell you. Ooh, the full set of Prisma's pencils and markers? That is awesome. Those have got to be amazing to use together. Okay, which one do I want? I think I want this one. I won't lie, I have started seeing the Jazzy art box showing up on YouTube, and I'm anticipating when I finally get my box. Because there are so many amazing things in there that I'm really excited about using. And when I get that, I will definitely be sharing that with you guys. I'm glad you are liking the Tombos. Tombos are some of my favorite to use that are water-based. I'm always looking for sales on Tombow so I can stock up. Look at this little... Go away! Ah! That was good. Sorry, there's like this little gnat or something and it's driving me nuts. Joys of summertime. I think I got him. It's all good. Ooh, a marker box. I'd love to see what that looks like. I don't know what it is about art storage. I just love sneaking a peek on everyone's. Especially like artists who do art room tours. Kind of like salivate over those. And it's just fascinating people's different ideas on how to organize and all that. Well, and Tombos have such a nice brush tip on them too, because it's so flexible. I'm gonna go too dark too quickly. As for what I'm reading right now, I finally picked up. Ooh, what did I pick up? Winter Song? Is that the name of the second one in that series?
I think it's Shadow Song.
Shadow Song, yeah. Winter Song's the first book. Shadow Song by S.J. Jones, which is the labyrinth-like story about the Goblin King and the underground and the goblin market. And I'm really enjoying it right now. Yeah, I think I need to come over to your place and check out how you're getting all of your coloring stuff set up, because that sounds amazing. I did order a new marker shelf yesterday. Finally broke down. Yeah, I love using my Tombos in my bullet journal. Adding that little splash of color. They are definitely great for that. I did just finish reading The Cure for the Common Universe. I do not recommend that book for anybody. I've been invited. It's official. I'm going to save this chat forever, and so when I show up at your door, I'm going to show it to you and be like, see, you remember this? No, here, let me make it awkward and let me inside. Please. But otherwise, I haven't read a whole lot. At least not this week. I am trying to figure out my TBR for the Reading Rush, which is coming up in what, 2-3 weeks? And I'm anticipating that really, really taking over. You always amaze me, Robin, with the number of books you can just knock out. How many do you think you're going to have read by the end of the year? I'm anticipating about 500 from you. Life goals. Dun, 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 dun. I won't lie, I might be anticipating Prime Day coming up in 2 weeks. No, about a week and a couple days. I have a feeling that there will be some art supplies bought through Amazon because of Prime Day. I think last year I got several Tombos because they went on flash sale. might color that in with the light color. Oh, 650 books read in the year. That is 3 times the amount. Actually, more than 3 times the amount. Like 3.5 times the amount of what I normally get read in a year. I bow down to your reading prowess. Ooh, a dedicated coloring room? Yeah, I sort of have that. I've kind of just like implemented that and kind of just taken over. To be fair, I've always had this like office library space, and then as I joined the coloring world, it's kind of also morphed into that as well. I don't think my husband minds too much. I think can probably think about adding a few more oranges over on this side. Jeff has been reading Station 11 for a while now. What is it, going on like 6 months?
Yeah. Yeah. I got distracted.
I've got him sort of interested in The Expanse.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be a thing. Oh, and oh my gosh, we just finished watching Good Omen. Good Omens? I don't think there's an S at the end. I think it's just Good Omen. I read that book a while back, and that book had me on the floor laughing. And the miniseries that they did is perfect. I loved every second of it. Granted, it was David Tennant, so can't really complain too much about that. But no, it was very well put together. Hey, 19 books is good. Like I said, my husband has been reading Station 11 for 6 months. And that's what, book number 2 for the year?
We audiobooked 2.
Oh, that's true. You have those 2 to count, so that's book number 4.
Yeah.
But yes, really very much enjoyed Good Omens. At some point, we are going to start rewatching Stranger Things so that we can watch the newest season that just came out. That is also another one of my favorites. And see, that's what reading should be. Reading shouldn't be stressful. Reading should be something that you just enjoy doing. I have definitely slowed down quite a bit with my reading, mainly because I got to the point where I felt like I was pushing myself too much and I wasn't getting quite the amount of... It was becoming a job, let's put it like that, and I didn't want reading to become a job. So I backed off a little bit. And I'm opening myself up to DNFing books, which I've always struggled with. Because I'm like, I started this book, I've got to finish it, right? And I think that's something I need to pick up a little bit with my coloring too. Because maybe a page just isn't going how I want it to, and maybe I need to walk away from it and not stress myself out about it. Because at the end of the day, I'm supposed to be doing this so that I de-stress. And if it's causing stress, then that's kind of counterintuitive. So like the owl page that I started over here on Mother's Day, I have gotten a little bit more done on it. Let's see if I have it here. So I'm a little further along. And of course, this is the one that my grandma started. So she had a lay down of some color on it. Some of this color is actually hers. And I'm just filling it in. But it's one of those pages that, because I don't necessarily have the same mindset that she had, that I have to like seriously think about it. And at points I'm like, why? It hurts my brain. So that's one of the ones that I'm doing really, really slowly. It's probably one of those ones that will probably sit untouched for a couple months, and then I'll come back to it and continue on. And plus, there's a lot of emotion attached to that page too. But yeah, there was a while there that I'm like, what, and yes, all those sounds were made repeatedly. Mainly because I am the queen of sound effects. Mostly grunts and groans, because that's obviously the best way to communicate. So yeah. But it's just like little things like that over time I'm slowly learning. It's hard to imagine that I've been on YouTube for 4.5 years. Or something ridiculous like that. And my content has definitely evolved from where it used to be. Because I'm following the things that bring me joy. Because I don't want to sit there and push myself to do something I'm not enjoying. And I am thinking, I've actually, as you can tell by some of the videos up on my channel right now, I've been playing around with Twitch, where I'm right now I've been doing some of Luna up there and then posting it on YouTube, because you guys need to see Luna too. But I figured it'd be a nice place to impromptu do like little craft projects or random things that I'm thinking about doing that don't necessarily fit into coloring or reading, but there's something that I want to do. I've threatened to paint. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you liked the picture. I've threatened to paint my husband's guitar. So if that's actually something I manage to do, I'll probably do that over on Twitch. That'll probably be like way down in the future. I am thinking about painting some of my bookshelves though. So if you want to see that crazy adventure go down at some point. But I mean, like little side projects like that is what I'm thinking. Yeah, it was this picture. I don't know if you guys remember the first stream I did with this picture and how sketchy that face was at the beginning. She definitely came together. Just had to get a few more layers in there. Painters always fascinate me. Painting is something I think is truly amazing, people who can paint. It's just not a skill set I've ever truly been good at. I mean, I've played with watercolor here and there. And of course, I painted that pumpkin the one year. But that was kind of just splattering acrylic all over a pumpkin. Like I said, I'm back and forth. I'm not a very planned out color. I'm not a very planned out anything. I read whatever calls to me and I bounce around on pages when I'm coloring. And I think that's fine. This whole picture is done in Copic marker from the beginning to the end. I have most of the progress up on YouTube. This is video number 4. I started it for the Harry Potter Colorathon last weekend that Vicky put on, which I'm very, very grateful she asked me to be a part of. And then I did a couple other videos with it. So if you're curious about any of that, of course I'll answer any questions here that you have. But if you want to see some of the progress there. That's exciting! What picture are you printing? What are you coloring? Dun, dun, dun. I think I want... I mean, they're a little awkward to watch. I'm an awkward person, which is why I think I fit in so well with the rest of you guys. You guys accept my awkwardness. But yes, you can see the completely blank page that this started out as. And even my husband was like, I wasn't quite sure where you were going with the face. Kind of looked like she got beat up at a bar somewhere for a little while. Either that or she had a very rough night and didn't get any sleep. But, she came together. There was a plan. It's just sometimes it's hard to watch that plan come together. But yeah, I have a whole playlist of, after this video gets filmed, of course, or after it's finished recording, I'm going to add it to the playlist. Let's see, I'm going to put the oranges away and I'm going to pull out, I think, the burgundy. So I have the E15, which is this burgundy, this red brown that I've been using. And then I'll just use it with the Y17 and the Y3. So, but yes, I have a playlist with the other 3 somewhere on my channel. Maybe my hubby of a moderator can find the link and post it in the chat because he's amazing like that. Should be the first playlist since it's the newest. But otherwise, yeah, you can just go to the homepage of my channel and they'll all 3 be up there. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you think so. I'm kind of a little bit in love with Copics. Copics are my jam. There's something about alcohol markers that I really like to work with. Do I want to... That one might be yellow, orangey color, but I think this one right here I could probably do the reddish brown. Hi, Elizabeth. So glad all of you guys could join me today. Oops. Just kind of painted my light. Whoopsie. I completely understand. I'm glad you could stop by and hang out with us for a little while. And if I randomly show up at your house, you know why. Not that that's creepy or anything. I just do creepy really well. Let's be honest. Well, thank you. She has definitely been a work of love. I think she is the first picture I've 100% done from a reference image, which was interesting. Oh no, I'm sorry about your cat. It was never a good thing. It's my worst nightmare, to tell you the truth. I hope it all ends well, though. Well, I hope your day goes well. And I'm glad you could stop in. I always love new faces. and you are welcome anytime. Real question is, which colors am I going to run out of ink before I finish this page? Yeah, we've all been there. The number of pages, like I said, I had ink explode all over this page. My husband can attest to the panic attack that sort of started to happen because of it. There were words. There were lots and lots of words.
I think even the dogs panicked.
Yeah, nobody wanted to be near me for a little while because it was a bit of a disaster. Poor kitty. Well, we will be praying and thinking about you. Because, yeah, life is just not the same when animals aren't where they normally are. I probably should have taken a picture of the disaster that happened, but part of me is like, well, okay, let's see if I can cover this up in a way then no one will know it happened. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I can tell you where the biggest incident of my flub was right here in the dark side of her face. Luckily, it was the dark side, so I could layer more color on top of it. Kind of just build it up, so. And then, of course, we had the disaster with the Wink of Stella on the dragon page, which I think I know how to fix. So next time we bring that dragon picture out, I think I have a way to fix that. And it's kind of just a matter of rolling with what is on the page. The life choices I've made. Oh, okay, yes, I look forward to seeing it. I'm kind of excited, to tell you the truth. We have a whole section of the main done. Woohoo! It's getting there. Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, I still don't think you, like, really see it. I think it's all blended in pretty well. I think that's what I love the most about alcohol markers, is the way you can just keep moving the colors. Granted, this paper is pretty thick. It kind of starts eating all the colors, which is why I'm like, I wonder which markers I'm gonna have to get ink for by the end of this. But hey, I bought these markers so they'd be used, and that's the whole point. If you're too afraid to use your utensils, then maybe you shouldn't have gotten those utensils. Granted, I can understand sometimes with how expensive they are sometimes. You can be a little leery of using them. But I've gotten to the point where if I own them and I'm not using them, then maybe I shouldn't have bought them. This one, what is it? It's Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince is what this one is from. It's that scene where I keep looking because the quote's on this side of the page. It's where Luna is in the Great Hall, and Ron is going to do his first Quidditch match, and he's kind of freaking out about it, and she turns and she looks at him. She's like, you look dreadful, in that very Luna-like way. Steal some coffee real quick. I think she's gonna be amazing when she's done. Yeah, we got a few pieces in here that haven't been colored. I think most of them I'm going to come back with the orange and do. Like I said, I want this side to be light, since this is where the color's coming from. Or the light's coming from, not the color. This side is definitely, I know it's gonna seem bad that I'm covering up all of these with marker, but I have a gold marker that I will redraw those back in. It's a little bit of what I had to do when I colored in the background. Well, and it's one of those things. It's like I can change and manipulate this picture however I want, because technically at this point it's my interpretation of the picture, which is the great part of coloring. So there's not really any wrong way to do it. It just all depends on how you want it to look. Take the binder clip so I can get at some of those ribbons. I think we're gonna get her done today. Okay, I'm gonna make it a priority to get her done today. Let's see, at this point she might just lay flat by herself. No, we still got a little bit of a bump. Actually, I can hold it down. You know what I'm going to do, since I'm kind of not using that reference photo anymore, so I might turn it off. Because at this point, I'm doing willy-nilly. Ooh, I like that spread. At least if it's the one that I'm thinking of, if I'm remembering it correctly. That's exciting. Might have to stalk you for pictures of it. I just got the Disney Kincaid coloring books. I have absolutely no confidence in what I'm going to be doing in them. I'm probably going to look up some Kincaid tutorials at some point, just so I can get a feel of the art style and how it's typically done before I dive into those coloring books and just start going willy-nilly on it. Okay, let's see if I can do this without getting marker all over the page. There we go. Just all over my hand. That's awesome. Yeah, okay, I know what picture you're talking about, Elizabeth. I'm going to tune off Luna. There you go. It'll just be us now. said, I'm going to go very heavy with the browns on this side. That's kind of what I was thinking too. Either watercolors or colored pencils. Possibly both. I kind of want to stalk some other people to see how they interpret it. Those are the two things that I have the least confidence in. So it'll definitely be a growing experience. But those are always the best kind. A little bit of orange just sticking out there. Yeah, there's a few places that I'm probably gonna have to go over with that gold. Because I don't have the steadiest of hands. I won't lie. But that's okay. How do I want to do those? I think some of these. Definitely that one. Might as well come in and do that one real quick. Let me fill in some of the spots with maybe black. I definitely find like switching back and forth between the different color ribbons and building it up, I get better perspective on how all of the ribbons are starting to come together. So I will close that off. We'll close W7, and I will get out the ones I have for this light one, because there's a couple pieces that I want to do in this lighter color. And so for that lighter color, I have Y quadruple 0, the yellow fluorite, the YR82, which is the mellow peach, and the YR00, which is the powdered pink. So I start with the quadruple 0, because we have this mesh right here, which I think I want to keep light. And then I use the YR00 to map out those shadows. Give it a little bit of a peachy undertone. It would get reflections from everything else that's happening in this hat. And of course the, oh, did I do, oh, I just did the YR82 instead of, that's fine. They're close enough that it will build up the correct way. Because I'm going to go over, that was not the one that I wanted. And of course I put the lid back on the wrong one. It's the problem of using grays that are nearly matching. And then I'll just use that yellow to blend all of those colors out. We have a little one up here that I want to do too. Not that there's really much to it, but you know. I think those were the only two light areas that I really wanted to hit before I forgot. I'm going to bring the orange back because there's a couple of spots I think I need those oranges. There's just something super crazy about this mane. It just called to me when I was flipping through this coloring book. And I like when I'm looking at a page and the colors I want to use, the color palette that I think will work with the page just kind of pops into my head. So even before I got the reference image for this, I'm like, I know. The gold I've been using to fix and touch things up is this Zig Fudibayare metallic. It's a I did not say that right at all, but it is a brush tipped gold acrylic. I think it's acrylic. Is it acrylic? No, it's acid free and archival. It's a pigment of some kind. But I mean, it's part of the Zig Kuretake line. But yes, I love these things so much. I have a bronze, a gold, and a silver in this style of marker. And I think I might have some of like the ruby and the emerald and the sapphire as well. I don't remember. But that's what I'll be using to touch those up. What was I doing? I was over here, wasn't I? That was. It's also the silver of that marker is what I use to write the numbers on my colored pencil cases, on the slots. Ooh, excuse me. Love how quickly you can build these colors up. Come back to this side, but there's a few pieces here I want to do first. And then this side will pretty much be done. fix that a little bit. Wasn't quite as blended out as I wanted it to be. And then that side of her mane is done. So I just have this section right here that I need to finish filling out. So there's a few pieces. I might as well open up the brown cap so I can just flip through it really fast when I see a piece that I want to do that color. There's only one more marker to hold in my hand. So the Kincaid book, Vicky was talking about in August, there's going to be a Disney Colorathon. So that is why I got the Disney Kincaid coloring book, because that was the kind of coloring book that called to me, I suppose. I think I'm gonna I actually got 2 of them. Plus they weren't too terribly expensive. So I said, why not? Yeah, having a limited amount of color sometimes can be pretty interesting. There might be a way you could blend them together or mix them together. That might give you some interesting colors and effects. Might get the white Posca out too. Just add a little bit of life to her eyes. So I really like how those eyes turned out. It's true. I mean, sometimes they have an undertone of red and green, you know, the old like leather bound, but I mean, it's definitely darker, more muted shades for old books. Yeah. Mostly the blues and the reds and the greens and the browns. At least that's what a lot of my old books are. Gotta start somewhere though, right? Now that is something that I've always wanted to own, is Tales of Beetle the Bard, but the edition that Hermione has in the movies that looks like those old school fairy tale books. Would love to own a copy like that. That would be absolutely amazing. Don't think there is an edition out there like that, but I don't know. I have ink all over my hands, but I suppose if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing it right. At least I don't know how to do art without making a mess on myself. I'm actually I'm gonna zoom in a little bit since I'm just working in this one area. and it's not going to be the right color. So close. I can feel it. That was quick. I like it. Can't wait to see what the final product looks like. But hey, sometimes it's best to start out with something you can just kind of play with and experiment with and run with. It doesn't take up too much of your time, so you don't sit there and stress over it for too long. Thought I was going to use colored pencils on this page, but I think I like it as it is. I don't think I'm going to add any colored pencils. I don't think there's a need for it. Okay. Zoom out real quick. And then I will get that. Whoops, what am I doing? Oops. Oh, fudge. That's what I was trying not to do. Well, Copic the 4. And of course, it's not the brown that matches the carpet. Okay, so we got this gold here. And it's mostly these whiskers that I've ended up coloring over. Let's see if I can get a good angle on them. Might have to move this book around on you guys so we can get a good angle. I don't necessarily want to trace all of the gold lines. That seems a little bit tedious. But I might just have to do the whiskers. There we go. In and the whiskers all the way in. Yeah, we'll just bring all the whiskers. My head. I apologize. Oh, it's hard to do this detail work without getting my face right up in it. Especially when I've got such shaky hands. So you're gonna get part of my face. I think I got them all. There's some lines here and there on these things. I don't really want to. Oh, goodness. Sometimes I vastly dislike myself. Too much of a perfectionist. See if I can do them really quick. And I'll only do the big lines. I won't do the interior. detail. Just because I want to clean up the look a little bit. Because I got a little heavy-handed with the marker. Because like I said, I am not the most steady of hands. Not that it will necessarily make or break the picture. I'm gonna get up here. There we go. Suppose it gives it a little bit more of an oomph. It's a sound everyone wants to hear. Ooh, you're getting there. Let's see how many farting noises my hand can make while running over the page. I didn't want to do this, but now that I am in the middle of doing this, I'm actually liking how it's making those gold pieces look. I think everything got a little bit muddled because of how the alcohol markers went down. This is bringing a little bit of that more vibrant gold back. So I just got this one right here. And then I will get my Posca out. Oops. That was the chair. I promise. Okay. So let's see if I can find my fine tipped Posca. What kind? I got this. I got this brush pen. Do I want to attempt to use this brush pen? It's a, what kind of brush pen is it? I don't even know what kind of brush pen it is. Might want to keep that for another day. I don't know if I want to experiment that much right now. Is this my tiny Posca? This is my tiny Posca. Okay. So we've got some of these points right here. For the jeweled eye of, I want to get rid of that black line so that it's just white. Yeah. Add a little bit to her eye, maybe a little bit to her lips. Need that down a little bit. I don't want it to be nearly that strong, but I want it there. Oops. Okay. Probably all that I'm going to do to it. I might smear that Posca a little bit. So I might whoops, wrong side. Smooth that out a little bit. Oh, my head's in the picture again. There you go. It's more subtly there. Okay. I don't think I want to. Do I want to go that far and add some shine to some of the metallic-y pieces? Or do I just want to leave it as it is? Because I'm kind of content of where it's at. And I don't want to go so far that I end up regretting all of my life choices. You know what I mean? I think it looks good. I'm going to back away. I'm going to leave it. Oh, okay. So that is Luna Lovegood. She's finished. Yay! I finally finished a picture this year. Party! Thank you guys so much for joining me today in finishing out Luna Lovegood. I, of course, stream every Sunday at 11 Central. Every now and then I will be doing some random impromptu streams over on Twitch, which I will upload over here on YouTube, so you can still check them out. But otherwise, I am here every Sunday at 11 Central. I hope you can join me again, and I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.